Welcome to MITY Method Programming 2014. I have 16 students this year, 15 students. Really excited to see what you guys did. I've been watching you for the last 2 weeks and really impressed and really happy that you guys were able to experience what programming looks like. So with that, Easton's going to go first, but Carl has a word first.
Mr. G was voted most likely to buy a Raspberry Pi and least likely to win the pun points competition, which seems to be coming true.
Carl, that hurts. All right, Easton, you're on.
I'm Easton, and I think the most challenging part of making the whole was probably trying to get rid of invisible walls, because those suck. But then probably the most rewarding thing was I used a pixel test for one of my obstacles, and that was pretty cool, just trying to figure out how that worked.
Okay, 1 sec, Easton.
Easton was voted most likely to master the pixel test and least likely to throw his calculator in frustration.
Sorry.
One last thing as you go, feel free to talk about your whole list.
Okay, yeah. It was just the title screens. So I have 16 directions. So I have the 8 directions around the number pad. But then if you hit like 78 or 87, it's the direction that would be between 7 and 8. So here I'll show you, like, if I do 12, it's going to go sort of a steep bottom right. And then the power bar is on the right there. And then it's going to go and bounce off this obstacle. But then, using the pixel test, if it runs over that pixel up there, then the obstacle will disappear.
Cool. Switch.
Just passed it. There we go. And then, congratulations, shows your score. Want to play again? Obviously I don't.
My name is Aiden, and
Alright, real quick, a lot of these are inside jokes as to what happened over the last 2 weeks. So, Aiden was voted most likely to break furniture and least likely to accept defeat on anything ever.
okay. So the most challenging thing about my hull, or just my experience, was trying to get the golf ball to bounce off walls that weren't 45 degrees or didn't have a slope of 1. And it was so challenging that I didn't end up putting it on my final hull. And the most rewarding thing was probably getting everything done and just having a product that I could show to people. And if I can find my hull here. So I have this little loading screen. Yeah.
Everybody loves loading screen.
And so you can select a hull. There's only one hull, but you know. So this is a hull. You can shoot it in 8 directions. So you have to select a direction. So you can 8. And then the power ball is circling up. It goes all the way up to 120. And that's how many pixels it'll travel. And this is a lot faster on this new calculator. So it bounces nicely. There's a few features I use using the get key, quit, reset, and back. And quit will go back to this select whole thing.
Oh, you didn't.
Yeah, I know. That happens.
You should just put quit on. That's a lot of power.
Yeah, I know. It does that. And then reset will reset the whole. And then
Can you go in angles and do bounce off the side walls?
yes, I'll do that in a second. And then this back button brings you back to the previous location of your call. So in case you make a really stupid mistake and, I don't know. So,
You still have the phantom ball though.
Yeah, but that happens, you know.
Press go like direction 9 so you can see it bounce off like the sidewalls.
Yeah, 1 second.
No, because then it's gonna get stuck again.
No, it won't get stuck.
No, not. Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, look at that, look at that.
Is there ball physics? If it hits the bending ball, is it gonna...
No, it's a phantom ball.
That's the definition of
It's gone!
The balls have merged.
It eats the other balls. And let's see, is it gonna go in? It's Paka. Yeah.
Waggle, waggle,
And
waggle,
it
waggle,
displays
waggle.
your score. It also displays your score on the screen.
Cool.
Waggle, waggle,
Yeah.
waggle, waggle, waggle.
Hi, I'm Carter, and I made a golf ball.
Carter was voted most likely to work excessively and least likely to notice impending doom as a result.
Okay, so you can hit the ball in pretty much any direction, and you have this cool little aiming stick for it. So like, I'm gonna go like that.
The bounce looks kind of weird, but it's actually...
It's magnetic.
No, it's just the way that it moves, the bounce is kind of weird.
That's also power.
Yeah, and it also does power based on the length of the stick.
A little trig going on there.
A little bit.
The stick does kind of erase the ball as you aim it around.
Yep.
It's not a big deal,
No.
because your
Okay,
ball
it comes
comes
back.
back right away.
So are those other squares hazards?
Yeah, every square except for this square is just a barrier. And then the one at the very end is a hole that you're trying to get it in.
Wait. Oh, okay.
So that's the angle you're seeking. Sliding real sun.
Would it be possible at some point to make it so it shows bounce and like cool games online, you know, like little anything and it shows where it's gonna bounce off?
And it gives you your score, and yeah.
Cool. Very good.
So I'm Francisco.
Francisco was voted most likely to be given a DWP, not a DWI, driving while programming, and and least likely to drive the Autobahn.
I think the most challenging part of making this program was finding all the little glitches and all the stuff that they had. I made a very extensive program, and then I think the most rewarding part was finding them and being able to solve them. So this is it. You can't see it because it's
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. You got it.
there. So here's the main menu. Here's the controls. You can see gives you a bit of how to do it, how to control the ball and all that. And then you've got two options. You can do 2 holes, which is what I spent most of my time on, or a random hole. Let's see this one first.
This may take a while.
Yeah. It's a bit slow because it's got a lot of piston in it.
Is it a maze for the ball to get through, or is that just a water hazard that looks like a QR code?
That's a sandbag.
Oh.
Imagine the QR code would do.
Aren't all QR codes kind of doomed? Considering the quality of QR code readers.
Bad move was attracting QR code.
No,
Oh,
it's,
So what happens if you get in the sand trap?
well, it just makes you go
Just
ungodly
divide the
slow.
tower by 2.
Oh my. Whoa.
Even
See.
slower.
Get
Must push through.
No, it just stays the same speed when it gets up.
Oh boy. Cool. Oh, until the next time.
And also, each time it moves while it's inside the sand barrier, it subtracts 10 from the power. So
That makes sense.
it goes even less distance. And then it's one level.
Oh.
That's actually
Small too.
Oh, I get it. The ball's white. So is the whole thing a point off?
Basically, I drew it normal, and then I made a program that basically point by point just changed them. So if they were on, they
Oh,
turn into off.
okay.
So,
That's quite cool.
so this one's quite a bit harder because it's got another sand trap, but then those two things on the side there, it's basically water. If you touch it, you go back right back to the beginning. It's a bit harder.
Was it not at a 45 degree? Oh.
Wow, right along the wall.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I've got a small glitch there that I can't really, if now I would hit down, it would just get stuck in the wall for some reason.
I don't know. Because the left leg itself is cool.
The other side of the wall makes it bounce the other way, so.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's only one pixel.
Because it's a line you count for both sides at the same time.
Yep.
So if you made it 2 pixels, that would give it
Did anybody make a program in which the power bar decreased as the ball moved along?
That'd be kind of cool. So you know how many
So you
spaces you have
know
left.
how much left you had.
Up, up,
Oh.
up.
Oh, there. And there. Oh god.
That could have been bad.
That was in like the Voyage 5 this one.
It was like Adrian and mini golf. It went in and then it bounced back out.
Oh yeah.
Francisco, as it goes, will you tell us a little bit about your effort to make the ball slow down? You put a lot of time into that.
In the sand barrier.
No,
Yeah.
your initial gravity of having the ball slow
Oh,
down.
yeah. Before we started making the actual game, I was when Mr. G introduced animation, I was trying to make a ball that would decelerate at a realistic rate. So I spent about 2 days trying to get it to work with square roots, cubic roots, a bunch of different weird equations. And then in the end, I wasn't able to introduce it into the game. So.
It was cool.
Oh no. Wrong direction.
I hate it when that happens in golf. Where
Yeah, when it just bounces right back at you.
and then it ends up farther away from when you started.
Yeah, like it ends up past the starting point.
So big.
Francisco, is there a
Or
big
behind it.
surprise at the end when it goes in?
No, it's just a congratulations screen.
You want to just show us that screen? Is that a picture?
Yeah,
You just recall the fake.
yeah.
Just glitch ball through wall.
That'd be, if you could do that, that would be. So you go to pictures. If it goes in, it looks like this.
Oh, because you didn't clear draw.
I think it was picture nine.
Hey. All right, nice. Good job. Okay, that's good.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
And I know the place, the ball hunt ran the place.
What is it? What happens?
Possible for it to place right next to the hole.
Or right on the hole?
No, it's it ran the place, but inside this course.
Oh.
This I've implemented this recently, so I still haven't mastered all the power controls and all that.
Will it bounce?
Yes. As far as control.
Cool, I like that.
Okay, bounce means you really trick the program with random walls.
Yeah.
You see a lot of variables. A lot of variables. Have you known that to myself?
Yeah, I've already run out of variables, so I can't really add anything else.
But you can add things, just not variables.
Yeah.
You use lowercase to make 26 more variables?
Okay, so that one
There's
is.
no lowercase. Calculator does lowercase. Don't ask me how, just press second.
Another whole, that's
You press
9
out for
times, and then
twice,
it,
then you can get lowercase.
gives you this score, well, it gives you the score. The last one gives you your total score and the average of all your scores.
Oh, cool.
And then there, congratulations, we just showed you.
Cool.
So,
Nice, let's go ahead. That was cool.
I'm Sam. I have full 5.
Sam was voted most likely to be a soccer analyst for ESPN and least likely to ever miss a World Cup goal. And if he does, we will feel his wrath.
Breathe. Just breathe, my friend.
Do it.
Alright, so we can do this the hard way or the easy way. And alright, right now it doesn't show up to like right there. There's supposed to be like a windmill. And it's a 10% chance that you'll make it through, so we could try that way and see if we get lucky, or we could go around in about 3. And for my direction I use a get key. So like, you don't have to leave the screen when you're choosing direction, and now it's just power.
Just dot sign, one time.
It's adding, it's like, I have 3 different variables there, and so it's adding one in the movement loop with the ball.
No.
It adds with the movement loop in the ball, and then once it reaches, I think it's like 34, so like the bottom of that top wall, it resets the variable 1 to the bottom wall. So you can go through, but like you never know how many tries it'll take.
So over 3 tries.
It doesn't like.
It is possible to get a hole-in-one, but like.
Could you bounce it right and get a hole in one?
You think 1 in 10?
That's theoretical problem.
Yeah.
We did it. Yay.
He did it.
And that's actually, I've gotten sometimes like 12 when trying to go through the windmill, so you never know. You can get like 3 or 4 usually if you try to go around it. Yes.
You got tired.
And then for this, I have different messages. So like if you got a hole in 1 or 2, I say it says like you got very lucky. And if you get over 8, it says stop trying to go through the windmill. And then play again.
That's cool. Very cool.
Okay, my name is Adrian, and I did hole 6, and
once again, based on the events, Adrian was voted to be the most likely to fall off the podium while giving a speech. Don't stand on that podium next to him. And least likely to hit the 8 ball. Take that how you will.
okay. So I think the most challenging thing for me was probably getting the bounce to work right, because I kept having weird glitches with it, or it would like just get stuck in the wall randomly. And most rewarding thing is probably actually like working that out and getting most of it fixed. I said most of it is still not completely fixed, so we might get something glitched. I don't think we will. It only ever occasionally happens. So, yeah. So I use a get key to do the direction, and then I have a power bar at the bottom, which does the power. And this is a whole lot faster than my radio. But you can't go there because it says I'm sorry. I can't let you do that. So you actually have to go all the way around the 6, which is irritating to do.
And why'd you program it?
Because, I don't know.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Oh, it's really fast.
What happens if you you hit the I'm sorry I can't let you do that from the backside? Does it say
It would still say that, but yeah, I'm not sure you're actually able to do that because when you go into the range of the hole, it would probably just say you got it eventually.
Cool. Nice.
Why did you do that again? Okay, well there you go.
Congratulations.
Play again?
Congratulations.
No. Too bad.
My name's Aaron and I have hole 7.
Aaron was voted most likely to take over for Mr. G when and if he ever retires. And least likely to ever be an astronaut.
So my most challenging thing was probably like actually the corners of walls when they intersect and I kept having balls go through those. And I think my most rewarding thing was I managed to get a moving barrier on my hole. So that's a bit so I'm just bouncing ball on my way to flat. And it is a multiplayer, so you can have up to 4 players.
Will the balls hit each other?
The balls do not hit each other, it just removes the ball, but you can actually still play with multiple people.
You try too?
That's like, I'm sure I can do it.
This is you.
What is this?
No, it's a okay. No, that's also not what it is.
Here we go.
KM,
Just
Karl
shows
Marx.
that they blank. Oh.
I am not Karl Marx.
It's not such a blank scorecard. You hit enter and then it stops. So I don't have the moving barrier moving while you're choosing direction because it's just something new I added and that is difficult to do. Yeah, you can choose power. Let's see, go. Let's see.
Ooh, that's
And
impressive.
does the barrier moving?
Does the bounce actually work on the moving area?
Yes, the ball it does bounce off the moving barrier. It has a couple. It's like you hit it wrong, it will like get stuck. The barrier will go through it and it goes crazy.
Does it just have the same bounce as the other ones, or
I think
does
you
it?
might actually hit the barrier.
Nope, look at it.
Oh, so close.
And it positions the barrier randomly initially. So that's great.
Hit that one differently.
Let's hit it up.
Thank you. Thank you.
That-
Wait, what happened to the other ball?
It just stores the data, it doesn't keep it on the screen.
Because otherwise it would erase
How to
itself.
do that, yeah.
Physics.
Uh-oh, 45-degree angle random bounce. That's impressive.
It does chip into that wall, especially.
What?
That wall is
That's the other
basically
wall, right?
Yeah, and this is the issue. It does. Because this is something I added really recently. It's going to try to put it up off that wall. I don't know how it's going to work. So. I think that's what happens. As it shoots,
That's stuck.
Oh, I just made the barrier smaller.
the barrier comes back. It just erased a line.
Trying to get the bounce off the barrier.
But ideally it's not going to come up. But it is probably there we go.
It's like we're trying to bounce off the barrier.
And it also does show your power and the initials of the Here we go. And it's going to walk a little way. It's going to bounce off hit the barrier. See what happens.
It's trapped.
That's what happens when you. It's
Oh,
like
and
the
then-
barrier runs into it. It has issues.
That's how physics works.
Alright.
Guster doesn't know what to do. Stay calm.
Is there a way that you could program it so that like it stores the data for where the paddle was when you hit the other ball?
Yeah. You could, but that's not. I'm saying the real game. It does obstacles move and stuff throughout.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yes.
And
It
does
just
stuff like
glued
this.
itself to the other paddle.
Wait, oh gosh.
It's not stuff like that frequently.
These walls are made of ceramics.
It's those, for some reason those two walls chip and none of the others chip. That's competitive.
Which walls?
Those two walls chip all the time. None of the others seem to. As frequently. You should bounce off. Should have figured out that's what.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't really test.
It's like, it doesn't get
It's
stuck.
really bouncing off the walls.
Oh gosh.
Let's try to get this
No.
whole eventually. And it also does position the
Yes,
pole
I know, that's
somewhat
terrible
randomly at
So how far up can you stretch that?
I have it like I have it limited at 150 just as a limit because
Oh, okay, so it's gone.
you can get
More
it
power.
that far.
It is still getting one.
Yeah, and it does display power. Right? Let's try that.
What the?
Yeah, the hole's not part of it because the hole's randomly positioned, so it does erase it. And drawing circles is so slow, so I'm like, no, not me drawing.
Oh yeah.
It chips off a couple of walls occasionally.
I like how slow the drawings are moving. I like when they're
So if you bounce off an angle at this, if you bounce off a 45-degree angle while the ball's moving at a 45-degree angle, will it just go right back in the same?
It does. It's because it works the exact same way you bounce anything normally.
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't matter if it's going at 45 and 90. It doesn't really matter the angle. See if I can get this thing out.
There's not gonna be a hole left to hit.
Slow motion.
Does it tell you which player won?
But that's you kind of figure that out.
I'm
by
gonna-
watching.
By logic. Oh yeah, I won. Yay! That's gonna hit a wall.
Uh-oh, don't touch it. Wait, what?
It chipped off part of the wall, but it's still there.
Did you talk to, who else did this? Aiden?
Carter,
Carter, did you talk to him about this?
which
The
part?
bounce.
The bounce?
It was Aiden that was working on that.
No, wait.
Bounce isn't.
Wait, are you talking about
Who has the line?
Yeah, who else had?
Oh, I have the line that's moved.
Did you discuss that with him?
Not really. Like, I just kind of programmed it after we did the demonstration in class.
Okay, okay. Gave you the idea. Cool.
Yours kind of erases the ball.
It does. Yeah.
That's not digital. That's just a redraw point.
I could have just redrawn
Not
it.
that.
What?
Nice, nice shot.
Oh.
And it shows that.
Wow, that's how gravity works.
Cool. And it stores it.
Yeah.
What's up? Nice. Very cool. Love it. Awesome.
Hello, I am Terezi. My golf hole is called High, but it's actually hole 8.
Terezi was voted most likely to become a secret agent and least likely to watch Homestuck.
Because you do not watch Homestuck.
Enough.
No!
Okay.
Enough.
I will rectify that error in the,
You will
in
not
the
rectify
universe.
this error.
Anyways, here's my hole.
Oh.
And
Trickster golf. Oh, I'm scared.
That's probably a Homestuck reference.
no, it's
Okay,
an Ender's
less
Game
comments, less
reference. Anyways,
Oh.
I deliberately programmed it to not have any of the walls except for these ones outside, which is why it's called Trickster Golf. So, direction
So the walls are fake.
1. Yes, they're full. Walls are fake. Power 88.
Interesting. No?
Nice. Nice roll.
Blink.
That's an interesting feature.
Did I mention that it's called trickster golf?
Was that intentionally trickster or?
Yep. It should be rolling right now.
They see me. I'll cue the Jeopardy theme.
It's time to bleed.
One side, start over.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
First of all, I will execute default because the default for my program doesn't seem to work.
Sexy toe! Sexy toe! I don't know what to do.
Okay. And here's the actual title screen now.
Can you just hit it to the left? Is the hole fake?
Oh dear.
And you've got stuck in the wall. Again.
I feel like it's moved more than
Great.
14.
Can you show us what would happen if it didn't hold the other?
Oh, yeah, I do. Hang on. Gonna draw. Gonna draw. Draw. Call pick. One.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's the kitty.
Yes, it's Kitty.
Well, that turned out really nice.
That did.
What is the name of the
That's cool.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay, my name's Charles. They call me Pippin. It's a long story. Not really.
No, that's actually not a long story.
It's a medium story. Pippin / Charles
I'm
was
scared.
voted most likely to have fun in life and least likely to ever do anything by means of a trebuchet.
Oh, come on!
How are you going to acquire an ancient war catapult?
By means of a trebuchet.
How? You're going to acquire a trebuchet by means of a trebuchet. Trebuchet.
Okay, anyway, so I had almost no problems with this hole except that it was like slow to make, except until the last day when I programmed in this water hazard and suddenly an invisible wall appeared here. Don't ask me how that happened. The best programmers in the class, couldn't figure out what the heck this is doing here. But anyway, so I started the wall here instead of here because the invisible wall's there and nobody can figure out why.
I thought you said it was glitch golf.
It is called glitch golf, but I don't want the invisible wall to block the invisible wall to block the ball entirely.
Block everything.
Oh yeah, also for some reason I couldn't get my title screen to actually display. Maybe I'm just being stupid. But it's called glitch golf because this wall is actually here and this wall is actually, you can go through it. This wall is correct though, and there was something else, but I've forgotten it now. Oh right, well, if you go on the water hazards, instead of setting you up, it just gives you an error on purpose. So, and instead, it's just simple. I could have just put a label in, but I just decided not to, so that it would just say error. So anyway, press equals direction. You know, it's the usual thing. 7, 8, 9, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3. Direction 8. Power. Power. The 35. Okay, and there it goes. Oh, it's gone.
No, it's there.
No, it's
there it
still
is.
there.
Yeah, right there.
We don't need the
I
point.
can't see it on the calculator screen. I can see it up there though.
Then,
Oh, okay, tiny bit higher. Actually, no, I'm not gonna go
it
down.
was 7.
Yeah.
7 might work.
8.
7 is not going
I'll go 5 up.
7 is up and to the left. Then it'll bounce.
Okay, I'm gonna go just a tiny bit more up. 2. I'm really bad at my own program, so. Okay, then I can go 9 and 20, for example. And I'll go through this wall. The actual wall is right underneath it. Then I can go, just gonna show off that this second wall that right here is actually bounceable, so maybe 40. Might be a bit much, but I don't care. And there it goes. That wall does actually bounce if it doesn't stop first. Oink. So to avoid the problem that I saw on YouTube a lot when we watched the older ones with with the ball erasing the wall instead of bouncing off of it, I just told the bounce to be 2 pixels away from the wall so that the ball would just touch the wall instead of actually erasing it. Okay, then direction 6, maybe power 20. Oh, I thought it just something. There it goes. I think I'm just gonna, I'm not entirely confident with my hole detection, so I'm just gonna sink it into the water trap and show you what it does. 10. And down a bit. So yeah, I think one of the most rewarding things with it. Oh, that's a lot. I should not have said 50. Did I say 50?
Yeah, you said
I said 50. I think one of the most rewarding things about this was that until then, when I programmed the water trap in, I had literally no invisible walls. I had really no problems. It was just slow. Oh, that ended up wrong. It was just slow to program until then. So, and the most difficult thing was I have no idea what the heck happened. See, look, go in the water trap, error, label, quit. So yeah, that was
Cool.
Hi, my name's Kara. I have hole 10, the dumbest hole in this whole set. I think the most challenging thing was actually getting this simple little hole to actually work. I owe Adrian God knows how many favors for fixing that. And the most rewarding thing was getting him to actually help me fix it. I'm afraid for Tracy to read this one now.
Carl is most likely to be called Phil,
Oh, God.
and the class voted him least likely to keep a secret.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not.
You spoiled Kellis. You spoiled Kellis.
Mafia.
Once.
Come on.
Right. Program hole 10. What? That is, how do we turn this off? Because that's not part of the hole.
My means of a trebuchet.
Yeah, for me said the.
Just use the default.
Yeah,
Use the default first.
He lost his default.
Yeah, so now use my default.
Default.
Yeah, run the default. I don't run the, for some reason I forgot to run the default at the beginning.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Okay, MITY 2014, hole 10. Direction 9, 200. That should be enough to get it in.
That's fast.
I know, right?
That's really cool.
I know.
That was so cool.
That's the advantage of having simple holes.
Don't you just love non-laggy programs?
Right?
How are 576?
No, I think.
Power 413.
No, 35. That'll get it close. What sound effect was that? What sound effect was that? Oh, what was it?
That was me playing Flappy Bird.
Oh my God. Don't play that game, kids.
You guys can make that.
Kids,
Where are you talking to?
The YouTubers.
Say no.
Say no to Flappy Bird.
You are a winner. I was gonna put no, you're not, sucker, but I felt like it was gonna be nice.
Yay, Carl. This is a good one.
Oh! Hi, I woke up and my whole lesson.
Alright, because Oni is always on his headphones, Oni is voted most likely to get stuck in an elevator and least likely to notice the rescue party. Oh, that's edited. It's really a nice program.
Okay, stop for a second so we can see it. Cool. What's he holding?
A club.
Wait, where's the L?
Club? Okay, cool.
See, I did do something right.
Oh, and the hardest thing is erasing the walls from
Yeah, it's fast. Slower than a speeding bullet.
What was the most rewarding thing?
Make the bounce.
Yeah. For the first time seeing it bounce. Yeah.
Did you make it so you have to actually stop it on the hole?
Yeah.
What the? So much for that wall.
Got this.
It's supposed to spot the words it's in and hole 11.
It's kind of.
So where is it?
Oh.
So it says it's in.
It's in, right here,
It's in.
and then hole 11.
Okay, okay. Now the rest is cracks on the screen.
Yeah.
Cool. Good.
So, I'm Ingrid, and I did hole 12.
And third time's the charm. Ingrid was voted most likely to travel with the doctor and least likely to blow a boring bubble.
What are you talking about, Carl?
Time warp. As the TARDIS sounds up.
Okay. Oh wow, it's going a lot faster than it did on my calculator. So yeah. Well,
I like that.
on. The water hazard is a little bit off. Direction 3, power 30. Oh wow, that goes fast.
Not as fast as mine. Mine was like the flash ball or Quicksilver, whichever you prefer.
Here's the Sonic.
You're too soft.
Oh no! Oh wait.
It's fine. It just, yeah.
So how far in do you actually have to be for it to register the water hazard?
It has to be further than like the edge of the
Oh.
drawing.
Could you do more
Yeah.
challenging for me?
Oh yeah. So, and there's an invisible wall. The most challenging was trying to get the bounce to work and trying to get the hole detection to work because I spent like a really long time trying to find out, and then I figured out that it was, I forgot a pair of parentheses. And yeah. So, now.
What?
What?
Yeah.
That's how physics works. That's the Wait, those fireworks or is the screen broke?
I think it's a dragon. Fireworks.
Yay.
My name's Michaela and I did hole 13.
She was voted most likely to become a lawyer and least likely to yell objection in court.
Objection!
I object to that objection of an objection.
Take that! I object to your objection!
All vote for the law.
I actually did 3 holes, and so the first one that I did was this one. They all have the same title screen and the same celebration screen because I didn't want to do them all over again.
Ooh, again.
Will, really?
I just have the 8 directions. No, it's the MITY. I think the most challenging thing was getting the bounce to work, and the most rewarding thing was when it did work.
Straight shot.
Did you have to stop in the hole to make it?
No. It's just the hole, or at least it's shut.
You win! 3 stars. 3 stars.
So the next one that I made
Hole
was
3602.
the spiral one.
Ooh.
3,000.
Because I challenged her to, and she took on the challenge.
So before I
Whoa.
was making this actually shade each time, and so then I just started as a picture. And this one, it's possible to get a hole 1 if you use power 230. So that's not possible. So I made you try against powers 9 is 100 or higher.
Not practical. I like that.
What if I don't want to be practical?
And for those of you that tried making the if statements for holes that overlap like that, that was a
That's
that was
actually
a
good.
challenge, a true challenge to make that bounce correctly like that.
It's actually not practical. What if I don't want to be practical? They overlap.
That's actually a good point with the
Well,
whole
I
be
needed
practical.
to make my if statements were like 4 in a parenthesis and then the next one because like right here it has to be greater than this, less than that, and lower than that.
Yeah, mine has to do that too.
too.
That might be why I had that in
The not practical actually makes sense because I can do it if we do 9,999 on mine and it'll just bounce around until it hits the hole.
You should do that.
Well, I thought it would make it a 200, but I put 999 and it actually did get a hole in 1.
That's cool. Is it have the same results when it goes in?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you go to the third one? That's cool.
Aaron.
So the last one that I made was a random hole, and I didn't get the bounce to work on this one because it's programmed a new hole each time. So
Hope you get a hole in one.
the bigger circle is a sand trap, which sends you back to the start. This one's actually one of the easier ones. But it moves really, really slowly because I have
my
a super
God.
Oh my god.
And that's because what?
It has a really long if statement, two really long if statements. For the vertical walls, it depends on where it's positioned, and so with all the variables.
Oh my.
We just take your word for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I did just speed up.
I was like switching to cute. So we want to see everything. We don't want to see everything.
Okay. My name is Tracy, and this is my hole 14.
Tracy was voted most likely to quote Mark Twain, and least likely to become a politician.
That's true.
Oh, that's cool. Really cool. Oh, wow.
Okay, so I did put the redrawing on this one because it took forever on my calculator, but on this one it might have been okay because it was really fast. Or maybe this one is the one with the redraw.
So do you know which one it leads to which hole on the right side?
No, it's just if you land in one of the holes, it does a random integer thing. So one of them doesn't lead to a specific one. It could be any of the three. So
But when
can,
you-
like, choose.
lucky.
That's Oh, but so it doesn't keep going?
What?
So it doesn't move after you...
No.
I see it showing on the right side. Yeah. Okay. Everyone showed up there. Okay, cool. Well, that's neat. That makes it very neat. Every time, doesn't it?
Perfect.
At first, it would only go to the one on the very top, and then so I found out it's because I put the ends at the wrong place, so it would only go to that one.
What's your most challenging?
Not getting the ball in.
That's true. Probably just doing all the circles.
Oh,
Wait a minute, that's really fast.
cool. Well,
It's like mine.
Whoopsies.
want to give us a glimpse of the other one too? You have, that was it, right?
Yeah.
But there, it's right. Okay, cool.
Go.
Oh yeah, I'm Celeste.
All right. Celeste was voted most likely to go to McAllister and least likely to eat in the McAllister cafeteria.
Okay.
Go.
No.
Oh, big ship.
What?
It's
Elevator.
like an elevator, and then there's like a little staircase, and then,
Which it then deletes.
Bumps is down.
yeah, it then deletes because it's like not perfect. Did you use 9 instructions? You pretty much all know because 8 is up, 6 is right, 2 is down, and
Wow.
4 is left, etc. Okay.
Oh, is this the one with the weird thing where if you hit a certain part of the wall?
Okay, this leads me to the most challenging part, is probably the diagonals. I had a hard time with giving the balance, and this one was being very problematic. Something went wrong up here, and like the ball kept on going through, and none of us could figure out what it was.
So does it still do
So you
that?
made the hole bigger.
So I made the hole bigger to kind of just cover it up.
Problem solving.
I know, right? That is a really easy hole.
What?
It still did it.
Problem solved.
Make the whole
And
figure.
then I don't really get the point of golf, so I just essentially the active ball to a hole.
For Santa, it's a small